All right, good evening. Thank you so much for coming. I know summer nights are few and far between here before school starts, so thank you for taking time to come to our new parent orientation meeting. Let's get ourselves up here. We are the student activities team. I am Beth Coffey. I teach Spanish at West and also am co-student activities coordinators with.
I am Susan Nicolazzo Dollarton. I'm a math teacher here at West. I've been in the district 30 years, and Beth and I have built an amazing activities team last year, and we are super psyched to incorporate your kids into our vibe. It's going to be really awesome.
Also in the picture with us is our secretary, Amani Shivers. You've probably gotten plenty of emails from her. She also joined our team new last year and was an awesome member that created our little tripod of a team that loves to work together. So you'll also hear from Amani that now you have a face to a name.
Yep, and also just want to add, she's a great point person. Beth and I are both full-time teachers, so we are in the classroom, but Imani is always home base in the activities office. So if you have any questions regarding anything that's happening within the building, that's a great selection when you call our main hub.
So the main ways to stay connected to us are probably most popular, the way that we are the most connected is through our Instagram at CHW Activities. If you got in here earlier enough, you saw I combined like 4 to 5 of the reels that we made throughout last year, just highlighting the events that we do. So student activities, we always say we're just the fun. Everything outside the classroom that's not athletics falls under us. So we have made a large jump into making sure that from 7:30 to 2:30 that we're adding in student activities, things that build community, that get kids to want to be in the school building during the day, and involve everybody. So that was just a small glimpse of it, but if you visit our website or our Instagram, you can see so many things that we have done over the past year to get kids involved, to be excited about school, and to join in with this like momentum that we're building. The email addresses, Ms. Shivers responds to both of them for us. And we are in on all of them. And then we're F39 is our office. Our classrooms are right near it, so we are constantly in and out of our office.
Yeah, your students will definitely know right where we are. There's a lot of energy that comes out of our office. It's fortunate that we moved it out of the cafeteria when it was like a silent hub, and we are right there. And it's just a really fun place to be.
So yesterday we got a chance to meet probably about 215 of the incoming freshmen or new transfer students to West. It was a great orientation. The kids were wonderful. Their energy was great. Our peer leaders had nothing but amazing things to say. A couple key things that we want to update or remind as of today. Dr. Burns, correct? 26? Is that what the...
Today was it? Today you should have been able to start as parents in the district to start filling out the Genesis forms digitally online. Yep. I actually messaged Beth and I was like, oh, you have to put the date. She's like, it's today. So today you can start doing that paperwork so that we can start releasing those schedules to you.
The reason why these schedules are so important is we decided, because we want everything that we do to be meaningful for the students, so we had to pivot and change our tours that we do. So we will be offering tours on Monday and Tuesday that will be our peer leader or our NHS students will lead these tours. These are super beneficial when the students have their schedule. One of the things that I think puts students at the most ease in that first week is getting into the school building with their schedule and seeing where each of their classes are in the different orders. The first 2 days, they're gonna go to the same 3 classes off the bat, but day 3, they're gonna start with a different class. That's a little intimidating and a little tricky. So what our peer leaders will do is they'll say, where are you gonna get dropped off? Is it gonna be a bus? Is it gonna be by the Jones gym? They'll take them there and say, all right, let's go to your period A class. And they're gonna walk them through what a day will look like, and then they're gonna say, all right, let's try the next day when it starts with a different class. So we're gonna try to get them as familiar as we can with their schedule so that day 1 here at Cherry Hill West, they feel the most confident that they can.
Yep. We will, on those days, we're back in, obviously those are our work days, but we will have adult presence. We will definitely be on hand as well. Dr. Burns will do a great job releasing us from the other positions that we have, and we will be on hand and ready to support your kids. Please encourage them to sign up. We had sent on an updated link, aka Imani did it for us, and we would just love to know in advance. If your child does not sign up, come anyway. We just wanted to know in advance so that we could have enough peer leaders on hand to be part of those tours so that they can, like Beth said, make it purposeful.
Coming from our office from the month of September, the 2 main things is we help organize back to school night, which is the second Thursday of the school year. That is September 10th at 7 p.m. and it usually ends right before 9, right? I think it's 9. I think it's 8:55 is the schedule. It's a great night to put faces and names together with the teachers. So we encourage you to come out. We will have 3 different stations where you can either bring your child's schedule or we'll have it printed out for you. Just you'll check in at the 3 main, the Jones gym, the main entrance, or the auditorium. So we definitely recommend that you come out that night. And then we will have during the day, during lunches, all of our clubs, our active clubs, our sports teams, we do a large activities fair. We kind of give them like 2 or 3 weeks to kind of feel a little settled in the building. But the activities fair, our biggest thing is we want kids to be involved. No matter what it is, whatever their interest is, find something, find a group of friends. Many of our clubs meet during the lunchtime. We have this LB1, LB2 schedule, and it allows a little flexibility where we can get our club meetings in. So if they're in sports, they're in theater, they're in the marching band, they can still join the yarn club, they can join the ceramics club. We've got lots of different clubs that are going on. There's always an active list of clubs that we have going here at West. However, if your student has an idea, they want ping pong club, we haven't had it in a while, but they want to bring it back, all they got to do is fill out a form, find a teacher that's willing to be their sponsor advisor, bring the form to us, and the club has happened. So if they have an interest that's not there, we are happy to make it happen. Like we said, I'm sure there's other kids in the school that also want it to happen. So if they have an idea, bring it to us. We're happy to make it come to life.
Ultimate takeaway to me, right, I'm a parent from the district, well, past parent from the district, but I think please walk away tonight knowing Beth and I will do anything in our power to support your child beyond academics. We want this place to be memorable for them, so as they enter as freshmen, if we can make that an immediate part that they kind of buy into, and they will feel it. I think we did a great job last year. Our kids quote on the daily, this is what we are, and it's gonna happen for your child too. We are adding a little caveat to our message this year, which is that every day matters. As a school building, we are gonna really motivate and try and get kids to recognize that attendance matters, class time matters. And so we will be building off of not only are we the vibe, but every day matters. So you will see and hear that message consistently from all of us.
So next we would like to introduce for you Dr. Burns, our principal here at Cherry Hill West. We'll have a couple key important information for you tonight.
All right, good evening, everyone. How many of you, this is your first child in high school? How many it is your last child in high school? Oh, those hands are shooting up. You're on that last journey of this phase of it, but you want to enjoy it. So their high school experience, of your students, will not be like yours. They will make of it what they want it to be. You will guide them, you will help them, as will we. But you want to let them have that experience and be the vibe and be a part of all of the things that High School West has to offer. So I am John Burns, I am the building principal. This is my 4th year in this role. That is my 27th year in the district. And I went here. Graduated from here, probably 50 years of life in this town in some way, either as a parent, a resident, a student, etc. So I have history here, and I am aware of the district and school history as well. So a few things here, our new initiative this year is Everyday Matters. If a student is absent 18 times during the school year, they are deemed to be chronically absent by the state of New Jersey, which is a published metric that appears in state documents, state literature, and it is something that we as a school are judged on, and we have to answer for in terms of what we're doing about it. So please understand that if your child is experiencing a high number of absences, there will be things that happen because of that. We also operate under something called the West Way. It didn't used to have a definition, but it does now. Students came up with kindness, diversity, and legacy. That is the West Way. And I will reference that with the students often. Most of the different speeches and opportunities I have to interact with students, we will talk about those 3 pieces because they're important. We've also added our norms and pillars, which include kindness, diversity, respect, and integrity. And then again, this year, adding everyday matters. Being here is more important than ever. The students need to be in the school. So we understand this transition to high school, but we also need you to understand that now everything counts. If your child didn't pass a class in middle school, or they were absent a lot, or late to school a lot, that didn't hold the weight that it holds now. Now things matter, things count. If you don't have enough seat time in class, if you are late more than 10 minutes to school, your child receives an absence for that class. If you have too many absences, you can lose credit in academic courses. If you lose credit and those aren't made up, then you have to take them again next year because the state of New Jersey has requirements on what must be passed. So if you feel like I'm coming down on it, this is so important now, and sometimes parents don't understand, especially the first-timers, that attendance and being here matters. Everybody needs to understand that. What time does school start? 7:30. Does that mean you're driving your child up to the building at 7:30? We want them in their seat at 7:30, not walking in the door at 7:30. So if they try to argue this with you, you heard it from me. I want rear ends in seats at 7:30 ready to go, because that's when school starts. Okay? Again, if they're late, then the late start to pile up, and then there are consequences for that. Have you started practicing yet, getting up to be ready for 7:30? Okay, I see a few head nods, and others are like, oh boy, we got some work to do. I get it. I'm in a situation where I'm working with an 8th grader that's in my life, and what time did you go to bed? Oh, I went to bed about 1 o'clock. Okay, what time did you get up? We're just gotta scale this back. We got a week. So I understand, but the goal is by next week, 7:30 here, ready to go, ready to learn. If the bus is late, that's on us, and we take care of that. If it's because you're late, and sometimes your kids dime you out, and they'll say, well, it's my mom's fault, she didn't get up. Oh, okay. That doesn't help us, and they get the late. So, just understand that they will tell the truth, ideally, about that. All right, so if you fail a class required for graduation, you'll have to take it again. Teachers are here and they are responsible for the success of your students. And they are your first line to reach out to. If you notice something, if you see something, if you have a question, please reach out to the teacher first. Sometimes parents reach out to me, and while I'd love to help you, I'm not the teacher. I don't know, and I'm probably going to turn around and point you back to the teacher. Have you reached out to them? But if you kind of run through that, and then, you know, with the guidance counselor and or the academic department supervisor, you should be able to find satisfactory resolution to your issues. If not, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. The students know I have an open door. My door is always open unless I'm in a private meeting. And students will stop by all day long, you know, to visit, interact with me, which I love. I have absolutely no problem with that. Be involved, you've heard that. They cost me so much money. I just, here you go, here's the wallet. You know.
This morning I sent the message, I'm like, can we have the extra $1,100 we saved you?
Yeah.
You got ideas?
Yeah.
We're always growing good ones.
Yeah, but my money is not my own. All right, so the big thing, cell phones, okay? This is also something else you could be practicing with your children at home. When they come to school, their phone has to go in their bag, off and away, from 7:30 until 2:30. Sometimes this is going to require you as the parents to not be reaching out to your children during 7:30 to 2:30. If there's an absolute emergency, please call the grade level office, call our attendance office. We will get the message to the child. If it's, you know, absolutely necessary that they know something, or it can't wait until 2:30 when they can take out their phone and look and see what the message is. So even in the classrooms, if the lesson is finished, they cannot pull their phones out. This includes lunchtime, study halls, and passing time, off and away. So at home, this is something you might have to work on, putting the phone down. Just take a day. Let's see if we can do it. Put it down 7:30 to 2:30. That will go for the teaching staff, and when the administrators are in classrooms, our phones will not be out either. They weren't last year. That's just a practice that we put in place to not have those. A school-issued device is fine, to have out during the lesson as appropriate, as directed by the teacher. So those things are important. Now, we did purchase, I'll call them little boxes. So if students have problems following that rule, they will put their phone in the box for the day. There are other consequences that will go along with that. We're still finalizing those and how we're going to present them to the parents. So understand that, and we also have a voluntary box. So I bought two boxes, one that is not voluntary, and one that is voluntary because the child knows, or you as the parent have said, look, for at least a little bit, you better put your phone in the box because you know you're going to have a problem with it. So we will have those available. They have like 30-some slots. If I need more, I have to get more. I don't think I will, hopefully not. But the student will put it in and take it out. If there becomes a problem where the students can't keep off the phone, then the phone will be held and then you will have to come in and get it. And then that'll be a separate issue, how you will deal with that at home. But know that it'll be held until a parent meeting happens and we talk about what the rule is. And this is not a district rule. This is not me. It is not Cherry Hill West. It is the state of New Jersey that has this law. So, across the state, students will be dealing with this as they return to school in September. All right, now finally, the last piece that I have to talk about, I need for the new parents to understand that there are children in this building who are 14 up through age 21 for some of our special ed programs. So we have a wide range of students here. And we talk about age-appropriate behavior and really, as a family, deciding what for you is acceptable. So we have our football game tomorrow, our first home football game. If somebody, maybe a future game, somebody says, hey, I'll pick you up, I'll take you to the game. Are you okay with your 9th grader riding in a car with another teenager or a senior or something like that? So this may be something you haven't thought about. I've gone through this. My kids are pushing 30, but I dealt with this as a parent myself. But these are the kind of conversations that you might want to be thinking of, or when the question comes, what will your answer be so that you're not kind of on the spot? How about dating? How do you feel about that in your home? The 9th grader, there might be a student now somebody wants to go out with somebody, with your child. Are you okay with that? What if it's an older student? How comfortable are you with that? So these are conversations that you need to think about, be prepared for, have the answers to. This also becomes the tricky time of leaving them home alone. Okay, parents are going to go out for the night. They ask, "Hey, mom, dad, guardian, grandparent, can I have a couple friends over?" Through the magic that is social media, a few friends will turn to half the school. We've seen this happen. Parents went away and left a child at home alone with grandma who wasn't well. And next thing you know, we caught wind that there was going to be a party and there were going to be 300 kids at this house. So we were able to get a hold of the parents, shut the thing down. If we find out about something or we become aware of something, we will try to reach out to you, but there's no guarantees, that we will actually hear about it until after. But we just want you to be in the situation that you've thought about this and have your plan. Like, okay, if you want to go out, that's your right as adults, but what safeguards do you have in place? And having your child to be able to get out of a dangerous situation. They go to somebody's house and something's happening that they know isn't right. You've talked about it in your own home and it's not right and it's not safe and they don't want to be there. How can they get out of that? So working through that with them, having a code system or a no questions asked, hey mom, pick me up, hey dad, come get me, something like that. Whatever you think will work in your situation. I just provide these reminders only because school is starting. And you haven't thought about it, it's coming. And be aware of what they're wearing on the way out the door. We do have a dress code, but it is pretty liberal in a sense, but we can't have guns, alcohol, drug references. Sometimes students show up at that, my parents got me this. Okay, well that's fine for any time outside of school, but inside the school we can't have that. And I have some fun t-shirts and other articles of clothing they could wear that you might not like. Or they turn the shirt inside out or something. It might be a shirt from East from 2005, which they really wouldn't want to wear. But just kind of keep those things in mind. But realistically, so as I finish, I just want to welcome you to High School West. We are the vibe that will be, the kids know that by heart, that as they get here and they learn things. We want them to have the experience. We want you as parents to be involved as much as you want to be, within reason. But we encourage that, be a part of what they're doing, learn about what they're studying in classes, be involved in that way, making sure that they're doing their homework, looking at Genesis. Okay, sometimes they don't want you to know what's going on, but you might want to know what's going on and to be out in front of something, because sometimes it can get overwhelming for the child. Like they get in a rut and the grades start to drop, and then you're finding out too late. Keeping your eye on Genesis is a good thing. But we welcome you. We want to have this class of 2030 have an excellent experience here at High School West between student activities and everything we do. We hope they enjoy it. Thank you.
We're going to piggyback one thing. If your child did not share with you, we gave out t-shirts yesterday, 2030, if they did not get one. They just have to come see us. We will make sure they get one. Those are donated by the Education Foundation here in Cherry Hill every year to both East and West students. Anywho, what I really wanted to share was that if they wear it tomorrow night to our first football game, they would get free entrance. In case they did not share that little fun fact, we wanted to let you know. How many of our student body kids that are not freshmen that will be there, I'm not sure it will be necessarily one of our best attended since school didn't even start yet, but it'd be a fun thing to go to, right? Low profile, in my opinion. Also, Beth and I were talking and saying that we wanted to also share with you that you can begin making payments for the senior trip. I know the thought of that is so far reach, out there 4 more years to go, but putting little payments in on that as a parent makes that hard crunch senior year that much easier. So please be aware that you are in a position to make payments. Any questions regarding that, just call Imani. She's the hotline and she will help you out, okay?
And something that's really great about, since we've opened it up from freshman year, sophomore, junior year, any money that you put into the student activities account for their senior trip is obviously, you get receipts for everything you do. You can do it online, you can do it cash or check, is fully refundable up to this September of their senior year. So if you're like, I think that they'd probably want to go on it, I highly recommend start putting in those little payments. And then by junior year, you'll have this idea. If they end up changing their minds, sometimes we've had kids that have gotten injuries and needed to change their minds and not go. But it is a lot. Senior year, again, it feels really far away. It's a lot. There's proms, there's so many things to pay for senior year. So if that can be one thing that's kind of taken off their plate or halfway paid for, right now our incoming seniors, those that are just signing up, they have from September to January to make the full payment. It goes really quick, and that's from the travel agent, not us. So we just want to make sure that you know that it's a possibility. The senior trip is optional. It is to Disney World for a glorious 5 days of running around the parks and having an absolute blast. Not everyone goes. We're up to usually around like I'd say 2 years ago it was like 150, last year was like 130 something. So not everyone goes, but mostly because it's financial. The class advisors who you'll hear from throughout their 4 years may or may not, it's up to the class advisors, do fundraisers throughout the time. But I think the biggest thing is if you chip away freshman year, then by senior year you'll have a good chunk of it paid off. Yeah, real quick.
Yeah, I have a question. If a family member wants to go with their son on a senior trip, is he able to go with them?
Yeah, I think the answer is kind of twofold. It would really depend on situation. This year, to be transparent, we had some kids in our special ed program that required parental attendance. They were not able to room with that child. Situational, I think the answer is yes, we will work with you as best we can. Is it, like a endorsed item? We want your child to go and have fun with their class. But yes, this year and last year, the year before, the past 2 years I've been on it, we have had parents in attendance that were not, we have our rooms kind of in a row so that we can monitor the entire night. They're around the corner kind of situation. But again, we will definitely talk with you personally if that is something that you need. So the answer is not no, but the answer is not yes either. There's a gray middle. Sound good?
So we're gonna have a couple more people speak, and then we're gonna open up for question and answer at the end, just because it's a live recording. We'll put all the questions at the end. Good part at the end for everybody. Okay. So we next want to introduce
Mr. Aaron Burt.
Woo, 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 woo. Mr. Burt will be the class of 2030's assistant principal, so he will be their house principal. So as much as they will definitely see Dr. Burns, his door is always open for him to check in. Their main point person will be Mr. Aaron Burt.
Good evening, guys. How you guys doing? Need some more energy. How you guys doing? Like they said, I'm Aaron Burt. I'm one of the assistant principals. I'll be the principal looking over your pride and joys of the class of 2030. A few things I want to charge you guys with. I got 3 things to charge you guys with. You guys ready for this? Get them here on time. If they're not here on time, I'm charging you guys with that.
7:20 is on time. 7:20 is on time.
I'm a coach, so I always tell my players 15 minutes before practice is on time is late, so 7:20, let's try our best to get them here. Not in that long line. You'll see me, if you drive them, you'll see me near Jones Gym outside, rushing them to get in. Don't get there at 7:20. Get in that door by 7:20. The second thing, hold them to a high academic standard. Hold them high. We're going to hold them high. We're going to hold them accountable. We're going to hold them to a high academic standard. Hold your students to a high academic standard. I'm not telling you to watch over them, but we want high goals. We don't want them to say this is okay. No, we want them to reach for the stars. So hold them to a high academic standard. One other thing that I'm going to charge you guys with, keep their devices off and in their bags. I'm going to charge you guys with that. So if you guys can do those 3 things, I'm going to promise that I'm going to build relationships with your students. Our teachers are going to build relationships with your students. We're going to have them have an exciting school year. My door is always open. I'm always around the building. I have handshakes with some of the students, all kinds of stuff. So I tried to build rapport, relationships, so they have an excellent, outstanding year. And I charge the teachers. We try to charge the staff, all the way down to the custodial staff, to the cafeteria staff, everybody in the building to build relationships with your students. And that's our goal. So as they say, we are the vibe. Every day will matter. But if you guys do those things, those 3 things, I promise you, our staff will make an urgent effort to build relationships with your students so they can have a fun, successful, and exciting school year. Thank you, guys.
All right. Next up that we wanted to point person that we would love for you to meet are the class advisors for the class of 2030. Mr. Matt Conti is here. Star Jefferson was unable to be here tonight. Another intimate person in the life of your child, specifically for the freshman class. Matt Conti.
Thank you. I don't have a lot to add. Because as the class-specific advisor, I'm kind of doing a lot of the same things that they're doing, but I'm doing it specifically with the class of 2030. So we will follow them from this year all the way through to their senior year. So we will be their class advisors for their entire high school career. And we had a great time yesterday meeting all your kids. We are really looking forward to working with them, with you guys. We are looking to get everyone as involved as possible right away. The first thing kind of coming up is going to be Spirit Week for the freshmen. That's big. I think the freshmen don't usually do that well in Spirit Week, but that's because they don't know right away that they have to get involved, and it comes up fast. It's right around Thanksgiving, right? But me and Ms. Jefferson will be in charge of the dances, the trip, activities specific to this class. And we are looking for them to have the best high school experiences that they can have, but also we are looking to help them shape their high school experience, right? So we want to get as many kids as involved as possible, because the more they have to say, the more they can shape their own experience. Anything else? Good?
Yep, just want to bring up their Instagram page.
Yeah, 2030. So the Google Classroom is for the students. We have already pre-populated, by we again, we mean Amani, she saves us constantly, has pre-populated every freshman into the Google Classroom. Our student activities, Mr. Conti and Ms. Jefferson all have access to this, where we will post things, if they're sign up for things, flyers, anything that is freshman or Cherry Hill West specific will go here, and they will stay in this classroom for 4 years while they're here. You can always ask to see it. We will post things there. Then the Instagram will be, you are more than welcome to join. They will post things that are for the freshman class at this time. We often, from student activities, will repost what they put. So we are constantly trying to make sure that your students are aware that if an event is happening, that they know about it some way. So we'll usually try to hit it in 3 ways. We'll try to do the Instagram through the class advisors, we'll repost it. The classroom is like, it's a set place, it's always there, which is super helpful for them. When testing comes, we'll try to put testing information up there. And then we'll also do, just like we did for orientation, blast emails through everyone. If for some reason you realize like you're not getting the emails, but you're here, so you probably are, just make sure that your email matches Genesis email, and if it still is not coming to you, at some point in your career at Cherry Hill, you may have turned off, like, I want no notifications from this place, and you just need to retoggle that on so you can get our emails. We do not over-email, in my opinion, but if an event is coming, we want you to know about it. So between Instagram, Google Classroom, and school emails, you should be in the know. We want you to know as much as possible. So reach out to any of us.
There's a period in, it's CHW period 2030. In case anyone, I don't know if anyone's jumping on Instagram right now, but just in case.
My bad. Thank you, Matt. All right, thank you so much. Our last, before we get to some questions, will be representatives from the PTA.
Amber.
Oh, there she is.
I only know her as Amber is in the house. And I want to publicly say thank you to our PTA last year when we kind of kicked off with We Are the Vibe. The majority of all our money that we desperately asked John Burns for can only support students. However, we reached out to the PTA and they graciously funded our entire staff, 200 people, with We Are the Vibe t-shirts. And we proudly wear them throughout the school year, and it's kind of fun. The kids love, you know, again, a sense of community. And that's really what Beth and I are doing an awesome job at. Yeah. Anyway, Amber's in the house.
All right. Evening, everybody. So I've been a part of the PTA. It sounds cliche because time really flies, but since my daughter, who's a senior, you might have seen her out there, but since she was a freshman, so I get it. It's a new adventure for 100% for sure, but an amazing one, especially here. In the PTA, we do our best, small but mighty team. Hopefully I'll see some faces here when we do different events. But if not, definitely fundraisers, donations that you see within like those lovely newsletters that go out like weekly. We have our Instagram page. We currently have a mom sale going on. The big things that we do are definitely the project graduation and the bag bingo. So everybody's new in the process, but like I said, it comes so fast. So just anything as far as like donations, contributions, or even just getting involved go a long way. And it makes a big impact, especially as your seniors, which they will be, get to that point where there's different events, different like activities that we put on, that the school puts on, and it's amazing organization, I would say, to be a part of. And the school has been amazing. For my daughter, I got 2 more to go. I'm almost there, but they're middle schoolers, so you'll see my face year after year to come. So best wishes to everybody. They'll be amazing, I'll say that. It develops an amazing character. My daughter, when I think about from middle school to here, it's been great. So don't worry about that. Look forward to seeing your faces, and I'll be out there when you come out.
Thanks, Amber.
Yeah, so make sure on your way out, if you were kind of coming in to grab a seat, definitely check out the table. There's lots of QR codes that you can scan. Getting involved would be awesome. It helps the students. It helps support what we're trying to get of building a community and getting everyone involved.
Yeah, awesome. We want to open the floor to questions that you might have that we might not have addressed.
Yeah. Absolutely. So I think this year the prices, and we work really hard with our, we tweak per year like what we need. We're trying to keep it around the same price. So I've been student activities coordinator. This is my 4th year doing it, and I think it's only gone up about $200 in those 4 years to finagle around it. And we added an extra night and a day in that process. I believe this year is $21.60. I believe is the base price.
We'll look that up for you.
2145. Yeah, that's around what it is. I think it's 2145. I think because when you divide it out, so we base the price off of a quad room, so everyone gets in a room of 4. There are options for triples and doubles and even a single. The price goes up dramatically. But there are other prices for other rooms. So the base price is for 4 people in a room. It is 5 days in the park. It is 2-day park hopper to Universal. It is their round trip flight to Florida and back. It's 3 days in park hopper to different Disney parks. So it's 3 days, but they can hit all the parks, and they do. It is the most impressive. And they get $20 a day in the Disney parks, and then they get $20 to Universal, and then $30 to Disney. Now you all know a water in Disney, I don't know if you know, is like $8 to $10. So bring a water bottle is always our biggest thing, but that can get students further than you think. So it does include a little bit of a daily allowance, plus the hotel, plus the parks, plus the airport,
pizza party,
right? So it does include
transportation.
Usher, of course.
I went the past 2 years. I've only been at West 4 years. This is my 5th year. I was over at East forever. It's so fun. I don't even know what else to say. I'm 55 years old and I'm like, oh my God, it's so fun. Yeah.
My favorite part about it, though, I will say, is the kids grow up dramatically in 5 days. The first day, they're like, how do I get here? Can I do this? I'm like, okay, you're going, I don't know what you're doing. Going to the working force, you're going in the real world, going to college. You need to figure out how to get on this bus into the park on your own. And then by the second day, they're like
owning it. We're doing this at 10 o'clock, and I'll be here at 12 o'clock, and yeah.
Yeah, it's just seeing them grow up. It's highly recommend. It's not for everyone, but highly recommend.
Great investment.
Yeah. So, in my years, no. And even we've overlapped last year for 2 days, I believe. And then this year we were going to try, but it was a conflict.
Construction within the district because of the auditorium over there for their spring play, and then we're opening up construction here. East and West will not be in alignment this year.
It's always something that we look at. We work very well with the East counterpart of us. And so that's always part of the conversation. But like again, we try to make it that as many kids can go. So we work around spring sports schedules. We work around the theater program, the spring play, testing. We try to make it the least conflict of time. Coaches know ahead of time when it is. So we try to make it that most kids can go. So this year's senior class will not overlap. It could in the future. We always talk about it as an option. It worked out well last year overlapping. They enjoyed it.
They loved it.
The question was, does East and West ever go together? Thanks.
So it will change. Last year, I know we were there during St. Patrick's Day because I bought green pants. But this year, we are not going to be there during St. Patrick's Day. East will be there. We are going April 3rd.
Yeah, April 3rd to the 7th.
Yep. And then we come back. We're in town for like 5 school days, and then we have the second spring break. But what Beth was saying, like every year we really try and sit down and look at, because we have so many events happening in the spring, we try and just pick the best window. Yeah.
I looked this morning, I can tell you. The number of incoming freshmen currently is 273 for this freshman class.
Yeah, it's funny. I was thinking about it when we were talking. It had come up. Actually, you want to pull one up?
I'm going to pull one up.
Yep, I'll talk about it while she pulls one up for you. We run on a 6-day schedule. So again, because the fact that we are a no electronic device state, right? Keep reiterating that to your child, because I think a lot of times there's the undertone that we, West, are doing this. It is a state dictated thing. So on the first day of school, Imani has already organized and provided your child with an outline of what we call a day 0. And a day 0 is what we also refer to as a straight 8. We have A, B, C, D in the morning. We have E, F, G, H in the afternoon. On next September 2nd, Wednesday, your child will meet every single one of their teachers, straight A. They will get that in the morning from their period A teacher. The next day will become a day one. We run on a 6-day cycle. There are very rarely breaks in the 6-day cycle. So day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6. Days 1 to 4, we have 6 classes a day. Days 5 and 6, they have 4 classes a day. They run 58 minutes on the skinny days, 57, 58. We run 83, 87 on the long days. So up on the screen, Beth pulled up for us, just a mock schedule from left to right. So day 1, you can see, do you see the color coding also that's happening? Your child actually will be receiving this exact color-coded schedule next Thursday, day 1, in pink. Okay, I'll go colors.
It will be black and white, though. We did not print color for everything.
Okay, which I was hoping you weren't. But we're going to actually, maybe we can talk to the Block A. I would love for them to allow them a chance to color code, because I do truly believe the color help. It's overwhelming. But what happens is, when we first started this, I was on the team, and they talked about it being 2 wheels. The morning wheel rotates 4 classes, the afternoon rotates 4 classes. So pink runs right in a row because that's A block. But as you notice, what happens with the baby blue, which is C block, because that's heading into lunchtime, after day 1, baby blue C, do you see it? Shake your heads. We lose that on day 2. You get a break from your C block. But then on day 3, you start with C block. See how baby blue on the 3rd column? And then you get it on day 4. Then you get a break. And then on day 6. Listen, it's overwhelming, but it takes about 1 to 2 full cycles and the kids will get it. And if we cannot talk our A block teachers into the directive that I really want, which is provide them an opportunity to get out highlighters and color, maybe that would be a great dinner time activity next Thursday, September 4th. Get out 8 different colors and you guys could have the best time ever at 15, 16, 17, and 18 years old and color code. It will eventually get like second nature to them, promise, promise. But it is a very different cycle. Yeah. So we are, Burns actually sent home today, I think I saw you sent home the communication to the families. It does say in there about printing. If you have the capability to print from home, obviously we would recommend that you print from home so your child shows up with something, right? What has been past practice? Do you see my bad habit? Okay, I'm just as guilty. It's gonna be so exciting. But the kids would walk around like this. Okay, I gotta go here. Okay, this is next, right? Well, we have to break that habit because we're not gonna have that luxury. So if they can come with a printed one, phenomenal, but please know we have planned accordingly, knowing that kids will not come with it, and they will get a paper one Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday. And
Tuesday.
Then,
We have off on that Monday.
oh, right, so the date's wrong on that one. The date's wrong on that one, I'll have to change. I forgot it's Labor Day, I forgot. Anyway, Tuesday, okay? Good, did that answer your question a little bit? It's literally a massive tutorial. I can sit with you and try and explain it one-on-one. It takes time, right? Anything new takes time. They're not gonna get it the first day.
So all of them do. So we run, days 1 through 4. So in 6 days, they will see their teacher 4 times. 2 of those days, they just don't see them. They kind of fall off the schedule.
So
and then they'll rotate back in.
Every class is what we call 3 skinnies, 1 long, right? 3 shorts, 1 long, however you want to think about it, but every single class is 4 times a cycle.
And our upperclassmen, like, they're very helpful. They're
Oh,
going
yeah.
to be, they're going to be so helpful with guiding our freshmen so they know what they're doing. Like, everybody's going to be very helpful to them. It'll be the first week or so, they'll be, but they're going to have so much help when it comes to getting everything done with their schedule.
And I know for the first cycle, I teach usually all grade levels in Spanish, and what I do at the end of every class, I leave 5 minutes and I check in with everyone. I say, do you know where you're going next? Do you need someone to take you? Do you know what class? We're all going to period C next. Make sure we all know where we're going, and we do it for the entire cycle. Every single teacher is beyond forgiving of like, oh my gosh, I forgot. We have juniors and seniors that in like May are like, what day is it? I don't even know what class I have. We're like, we'll get there. Yeah, by June. I mean, everyone does forget at times. Yeah, Olga.
Are they allowed to have snacks, provide snacks?
So the question was, are they allowed to have snacks in class?
Teacher preference.
Teacher preference. I would say the main bottom line is non-disruptive to the class environment. I know personally, I do. If it's not like they need to get out of
Right.
a granola bar, but like I'm not gonna say like break out your entire lunch or like.
I do too.
But I know I personally, and for the most part, science labs would be the one. Science class with labs are way more specific about now.
Tell them to bribe me.
Yeah. He likes
I'm very
he likes
food motivated.
candy.
Yeah.
Except for I'm getting him to quit eating the candy.
Yeah. So the answer is most likely yes. Have them check in with their teacher. The teacher will let them know, and then. But I would say most teachers would probably say yes. I mean, I'm starving. I eat between classes.
Me too.
I snack.
Yep, and they, pretty much everybody walks around with a water bottle, like that's definitely, but I feel like, was that a middle school thing or no? Yeah, I mean, everybody has their water bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And 10:30 comes quick. I mean, I find that summertime comes and I eat lunch 1 and lunch 2 because I eat at 10:30, but then I also eat at normal lunchtime at noon. So they'll get used to the early lunchtime at 10:30 also. Yeah. Any other questions? Yes. Yeah. So usually for students, I believe it's 5. How much are football games? I always say I think students is 3. I think when I brought my kids, it's 5.
But they can no longer pay at the door. They have to,
So-
it's all digital.
Yep. So there's a QR code, and they buy their ticket ahead of time.
They'll all be posted on Instagram. CHW Athletics, I just talked to Burrell about changing ours to athletics. We have CHW Activities. We repost everything. They will see it all right on Instagram.
When I also, like, it's the same QR code, you go to the same location, it's the same website that has it every time. I don't remember it off the top of my head. I keep thinking of the theater one. But there's one website you go to, you just search the game, and then you pick the game you want to go to. Nothing at the door. At our home games, there is a concession stand that they can buy stuff with cash, and that is run by the junior class. So it's a fundraiser for another class, so we highly suggest that they support the junior class at the home games concession stand.
At the door, they won't take cash, but you can QR code and buy right at the door. It's just that it's cashless system now, the entrance. However, the concession stand is cash only because we didn't go digital there yet.
Last time I heard is 6. All of our home games tend to be 6 o'clock. I don't think it's officially been decided yet because, it's New Jersey and the weather is temperamental. So it potentially could because of the weather, but right now it's still 6. Yeah, for now it's still 6. But again, if things updated, the best place to check is probably the athletics Instagram is where they'll have it, or their website.
You feel so knowledgeable about Cherry Hill West.
At the end of the day, we're just so excited. As much as I am sad to see summer go, it's going to be an awesome year. We're super excited for your students. We hope they have the best experience. We hope that they build relationships with the teachers, with the administrators, and find a whole new group of friends, but also build on the lasting memories. So if you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out to anyone on this team. We are here for your students. But thank you so much for coming. And we'll be up here if you have a question you didn't want to ask in front of everyone. All right, have a great night.
Thank you so much.